Nikki Moore, author by the sea. I'm published by HarperCollins, primarily the Love London series, and I live in beautiful Dorset. Thanks for tuning in today. I've had some lovely comments and positive words of encouragement about this vlog in terms of it helping both published and aspiring authors. And I just want to share my experiences with you and try and demystify being published a little bit. So today's vlog is about overcoming procrastination. If I sound a little bit croaky or a bit bunged up, I'm sorry, but I'm fighting off a heavy cold. So procrastination is something that affects a lot of authors and writers. It certainly affected me over the last 9 years that I've been writing to be seriously published and also published. Procrastination is not laziness. It's not lying around doing nothing. Procrastination is where you will literally do everything you can to avoid writing. So you will suddenly have to clean the kitchen or take the kids somewhere or walk the dog or stay a few hours longer in the day job. And because you've got to do those things, you then haven't got time for writing. Well, that's something that you've got to overcome if you want to be a published author. Because once you get offered a contract, you're going to be under deadline and the pressure is on. So the first thing about procrastination is, and overcoming it, is recognising when you are procrastinating. So you might spend 3 or 4 hours researching something for your book. And by the way, only about 10 or 15% of that research is probably going to get used in your manuscript ultimately, unless you're writing a non-fiction book. But you'll spend those hours researching, or you'll spend some hours on social media, connecting with authors and readers and getting to know people, following people, maybe reading blog posts about getting published or about, technical writing skills. And you'll think, oh yeah, well I've written today, I've done something writing related. That's not writing. So when I'm talking about overcoming procrastination, it's about getting the words down on the page, whether it's written because you write in longhand, whether it's typing onto the keyboard because you've got a PC or a Mac or a laptop. It's writing the damn book, something that I've mentioned in one of the previous vlog posts. So recognise when you're procrastinating. Okay, if you're not getting words down on the page, then you're not writing. The second thing you have to think about is the reasons why you might be procrastinating. So, what are some of those barriers that are stopping you from writing? Personally, I didn't write for 6 or 7 months at one point a couple of years ago because I suffered 2 bereavements very close together. And one of them was my grandma. We're a very tight-knit family and her death was a real shock. We weren't expecting it to happen. So I didn't have the emotional or the mental energy for months and months to write. That kind of creative energy was gone. But it made me, I think I just realised over a period of time, and ultimately I ended up doing a blog post which I put up and it had 500 hits on the first day. It obviously resonated with people about something so traumatic happening in their life that creative energy is kind of just sucked away. And that was called Not Writing Through Grief. What I realised was that actually the reason I wasn't writing that book was because that would feel like I was moving forward with my life. And if you are moving forward, then if you've lost someone, it can feel like you're leaving them behind. And you don't want to leave them behind because you love them and you miss them. So I had to recognise that. And once I recognised that that was the reason I stopped writing for those months, actually I then found the motivation to keep writing, to carry on. And it was a thought of she would want me to, and she would be proud of me when I finished this book and it got published. It's not easy to talk about these things, but do consider whether you've had something traumatic happen in life that might be, holding you back from writing. It could be fear or anxiety. It could be, once the book is finished, can I find an agent? Will a publisher want to publish it? What if it's published and, it doesn't sell well? It falls into the black abyss that's Amazon. What if it doesn't get, high rankings? What if the sales are really bad? I think with those things, you almost have to just sort of go, so what? Don't worry about that right now. The first step is write the damn book. Get the words down on the page, get the story written, go through your normal editing process, you put it away, you take it back after a few weeks, you go through it, you edit, etc, etc. I don't want to go into that too much, that's for another vlog. But you know, the fears and anxieties, think about what it is that's holding you back and start to try and overcome those barriers and do, I think, you have to kind of go, so what? That's a problem for another day. Today's problem is, I need to write some words. The other reason that, you know, procrastination can strike is because the characters that you're writing, the story that you're writing, you know, it's deeply personal. You know, it's true for me, and I've heard other writers talk about this. And if you're not a writer, it might sound a little bit odd, but your characters become your friends, and often you can feel immensely sad about the thought of saying goodbye to them. So I know that with my commercial women's fiction book that I've just handed in to HarperCollins, you know, I fell in love with Lila and Jake and their story, and the closer I got to writing the end, the sadder I felt. And you know, when I finished it, I put a post up on Facebook saying it's taken 2.5 years, but woohoo, I finished the book, and had loads of congratulations. And of course, finishing a book is an achievement in itself, no matter whether it gets published or how it sells, and you have to hang on to that. But I also felt really, really sad because I was saying goodbye to those people, and they'd become kind of friends. And of course, as a writer, I mean, I always have my eye on the horizon thinking what next, but you know, you put so much of yourself into a story that saying goodbye can be really difficult. So, are you procrastinating? Why are you procrastinating? And then, you know, trying to get through those mental barriers, almost figuring out how you're going to change your mindset so that actually you just write the damn book. And then you need to find techniques, coping strategies, things that you can do that help you to overcome that procrastination and just get writing again. For me, I have a couple of different things that work. One of them is I have a fiance who's very bossy, and he knows me really, really well. We've been together 5 years, over 5 years now. And he will say to me, "You're procrastinating. Get your ass in that office and write. I don't want to see you for hours until you can come out and tell me you've done some writing." And that push really, really helps me. The other thing I do, which is the most effective, is I will think, right, okay, I absolutely don't want to write. I'd rather do anything else, which sounds a bit strange for a writer because I love writing, I'm passionate about it, but that's how procrastination works. On those days, I say, right, I'm going to write for 10 minutes. And at the end of it, if I didn't enjoy it, then, you know, at least I've written for 10 minutes, I've got some words on a page. Every single time without exception that I do that, the alarm goes off on my phone, I barely register it going off, I press stop, I carry on writing because I'm in the zone. I've gone into that world that I've created and I'm with the people that I enjoy spending time with. Obviously I enjoy spending time with real people as well, but you know, again, it kind of goes back to you immerse yourself in it and it's your story and you love it. I know I write for 2 or 3 hours when I started off that way. There are other things you can do, like the Pomodoro technique, which is based around, you know, the old-fashioned kind of tomato timer we used to have in our kitchens, kind of in the probably 70s or 80s. But you write in 25-minute stints, and then you take a 15-minute break and you go off and do something else, and then you come back and write for 25 minutes, and then you take a 15-minute break again. I use it myself sometimes, not all the time. I don't always need it. Often when I write down, once I'm in the zone, I can, you know, write for hours and hours. I'll have tunnel vision. And, you know, actually people have problems putting me back into reality. But for people who have short attention spans, the Pomodoro technique can be really good because, you know, you are having regular breaks. You're having a time to, you know, a bit of R&R in between. And actually, if you do that for 3 or 4 hours on a Sunday afternoon, you know, you can have sort of 2.5, 3 hours of actual writing time and you've got words on a page at the end of it. The other thing to do is think about to-do lists or schedules. So, you know, if the thought of writing a sort of 80 to 100,000 word book is, you know, scary and big, and it is scary and big, and I feel that way now. And I've had, six kind of novellas and short stories published, 2 full-length novels. I've written another full-length novel that's gone into HarperCollins. I'm now working on my next novel, but it's still big and scary. Break it down into chunks. Think about, am I going to write 300 words a day or 1,500 words a day, or am I going to write 3 times a week? Am I going to go on a writing retreat, which is what I do every July, and I do sort of 7,000 or 8,000 words a day because I haven't got to worry about the day job, the housework, any distractions. But chunk it down to something that feels manageable, and after a while, actually, you know, if you're spending half an hour of your hour lunch break every day in the day job writing 300 to 500 words, that feels manageable. You get home at the end of the day thinking, actually, you know, I managed to get 500 words written today. And it's really powerful, that feeling of accomplishment and achievement. It really helps with that kind of positive mindset. So find the technique that works for you. I wish you all the luck in the world. I hope that's been helpful. I'm sorry about the slightly croaky voice. Please do contact me. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook as Nikki Moore Writes. I love to hear from people. If there are any topics you want me to talk about, then I'm more than happy to cover those topics. I've got lots of ideas for vlogs going forward. But just remember, keep writing, find what works for you. It's personal. And my mantra is write the damn book. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please share it on Facebook and Twitter. Please please subscribe if you want to see my future vlogs. And also, have an amazing week and take care of yourselves. Okay, bye.